just a breeze will muss your hair.
So right after that, I put a star next to this paragraph because I think this is when he starts to dream of being a celebrity. He says, so funny, he always said this about Paul Anka's song.
Yeah.
Diana, apparently. And at the age of 11, he said, I believed that if Anka's lyric, I'm so young and you're so old, could be a hit, I surely could write a hit by the time I was 16. I mean, what a rude thing to say to your girlfriend, I thought. I mean, that's so cute, you know,
It is.
that was his thought pattern. But it's also very interesting that he was like, yeah, that lyric is not that great. I could do that.
Right.
And he was 11, you know.
Right.
Anyway, though, but the end of that is basically, that was his incentive to have a hit, was Paul Anka's song. Like,
He did it at 16?
he could write,
I could do better than that.
right, if he could write a song like, I could write a song like that, maybe better. By the time I'm 16, I should
Right.
be able to do that, right? So that was like his incentive, which is really interesting. He had a lot of inspiration, which is a little different. So his
Right.
inspiration, I know he always talked about the Everly Brothers,
Yep.
Johnny Mathis, Ray Charles, Elvis, etc. And the last sentence of this paragraph is, I dreamed of a celebrity life with hit records, and I wanted to be known globally as a great songwriter / lyricist.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what my note on
I
this
guess.
sentence was?
What?
I circled at 11 and put a couple of exclamation points next to it. At 11 years old, he was capable of having such a specific dream for himself that never changed. Like, he made a decision
Right.
at 11 years old that he stuck to for the rest of his life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And for some reason, Paul Anka, who does come up later
Oh, yes.
in this book in a very funny story.
Which is an awesome story.
It's a great story, yeah. It's just very interesting that,
Yeah.
you know, that Paul Anka song, that song,
Right.
like very specifically, that song made me believe
Now-
that I could, you know, be
Yeah.
better or
Yeah,
something.
no,
like it's a little big-headed, or it's a little, I don't know.
I guess so for me, what I'm taking away from that is there was a significant thing that he remembered listening to that gave him a new perspective and being like, oh, holy crap. You know, like whether it be Paul Anka's song or an Elvis or whatever it may be. Like, oh, he heard a song on the radio that made him go, oh my God, I want to do that. You know, super cool. Like, it's like a kid who saw Joe DiMaggio hit their first home run and was like, oh my God, I want to be a baseball player. You know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And I get that. But what's interesting to me is all like at 11, at his emotionally developed stage of 11 years old, after being abused by his family and being humiliated his whole life,
yeah,
he felt cognizant enough to know that he needed no further emotional development to make the decision that I want to be a professional musician and the household name for the rest of my life, and that's what I'm going to do forever. Like, do you think that all of his actual maturity and development levels that should have happened between 11 and like 22 years old stopped at that point? Like, because I feel like a lot of the rest of his life was very focused on achieving that specific goal that he made up for himself at 11 years old.
Totally right.
And I remember I said that I wanted to change my name to Speed Seeker to match my favorite matchbook car when I was 11 years old. So he made a decision to be a forever rock star and dedicated his entire life to
globally
it.
known
Globally known
as a
lyricist,
lyricist.
songwriter at 11 years old, and I wanted to change my name to be a Matchbox car. So I'm just thinking about the different headspaces at 11 that he and I both were at, you know?
Yeah. At 11, I just wanted to collect all of the Garfield collections.
I wanted every
books.
Calvin and Hobbes book that existed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I wanted anything else at 11, but...
Right.
Roller skate shoes, that's it.
Right,
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
I wanted to roller skate backwards. Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted a Super Nintendo.
I didn't really realize that he was really thinking of that so early and working on that so early. But
well, and that's a good point. I mean, maybe there's a part of this that is showing up as a, you know, in hindsight, like he's, you know, 65-something-year-old man while he's writing this book, and like, did he really, you know?
No, because I mean, maybe a little, but like because he always talked about that song, but it was always like, how funny is it that at 11, what a little snob he was. At 11, he was like, that lyric sucks. I could write a better lyric than that. You know, I don't know. By the time I'm 16, I better be able to write something better than that garbage. You know, that's terrible. I don't know.
No, you're totally right. What an arrogant little shit. Like, you know?
Yeah.